By the way, we have another new foe. Which, what the pleb do you mean? By the way, Timekeeper Cookie. Wait, don't tell me we're gonna have to fight Timekeeper Cookie. No, she's just coming back. Why is Assault Cookie coming back? Why is she coming back? Pretty sure you were supposed to do top paths first. Was I? It feels weird that I'm doing them out of order if that's the case, but I'm still just like insanely curious as to why they would offer both to me then. How about I just do all the bottom path that I can focus on the top path? Considering then maybe this will catch me up on like the lore and whatnot. Oh, because maybe this is why like you do all this top stuff first, and if that's the case, still, why would it give me this path but also give me the bottom path at the very start? That's what I don't understand. What were the cases? One story split in three perspectives. I guess one is pure vanilla, one is shadow milk, and one is timekeeper. I guess we'll do this level anyway, because we're already on this whole entire grinding path to do so. Ugh. Blood in my throat. Then why are they parallel timelines? I guess that could be the case. I have no idea, though. Nothing? Anything? Wait, we're just doing this again, huh? Why are we doing this again?
I've seen this ending.
Why?
This is your
freedom.
end.
She's still.
I've seen this ending. For freedom.
This is your end.
Did I go through the same level again? What happened? No. That did say first win. Wait, why the fuck did we do that again? What? Huh? But she was here. But in this one, she's here. She went up by 2,000. Wait, hold on. Wait, if I check. She went up by, like, 1,000 or 2,000 power. Why? Why was she back? That did nothing to advance the timeline. Because you can't also, in the middle one goes with Shadow Milk, and when the bottom one was talking about what happened after the war. Gotcha. But what was the point of the extra fight? We already beat her once.
My name is Timekeeper Cookie, Director of the Time Balance Department. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Ah, yes, we're in charge of managing time.
Time Balance Department?
You see, usually we refrain from direct interference. But this situation we have on hand is a bit, tricky. An emergency, if you will. This timeline happens to be on the brink of total annihilation, so that even the TBD and I are in a bit of a pickle.
Annihilation? What do you mean?
It is what it is. This timeline, the world as you know it, will simply cease to exist. Listen, what I'm telling you right now is of utmost importance. So please, pay attention, all right? Very well. Timekeeping 101. The world is held in balance by the power of the so-called Soul Gem. In simple terms, its enormous life energy supports the foundation of the world. But what happens if there is not enough of it?
Without the Soul Gem's support, the foundation crumbles. Chaos will consume our world.
But Pure Vanilla Cookie, Dark Cacao Cookie, and Hollyberry Cookie all still have their Soul Jam.
That is true. The question is that enough?
It's not.
It's not?
At first, there were only 5 Soul Gems, but they split, becoming 10. The Beast Cookies held 5, and the Heroes held the other 5. Which means the remaining 4 are less than half.
What's even worse, the remaining 4 are severely weakened.
That is why this cookie here is so important. She holds the power of the Soul Gem.
Without her, our world will fall.
But even with her power, it's still too little. Too little. For the Beast Cookie's Soul Jam is no more.
That's right. Their Soul Jam disappeared together with them.
Yes. Yes and no. Their soul gem didn't disappear. It was stolen.
Stolen?
Yep. Someone has stolen the remaining soul gem and split the core timeline, creating a new branch.
Look at those giant beasts up there, which I'm pretty sure those are, from what I could see, one's a dragon and one's a giant maw. One looks like an enormous centipede and one looks like it has a giant cape. And of course then we see Shadow Milk, just casually. Those are, I'm pretty sure, what are referred to as the insect beasts.
This thief's power was so great, it destabilized the balance of the temporal space, effectively dividing the core timeline in two. And not only did the culprit completely overtake the new branch, but they are also meaning to overpower this one as well. Completely unprecedented violation of the temporal laws. Only one core timeline may exist. If left unchecked, this disbalance of energy will eventually lead to the destruction of this branch.
So the cookie who stole the soul gem is behind what just happened. The dark presence emanating from the eye. As unbelievable as it is, it's Shadow Milk Cookie, isn't it?
Precisely.
Where is Shadow Milk Cookie now?
In the other timeline, of course.
So, you are saying that Shadow Milk Cookie has stolen the soul gem that holds our world in balance and escaped, leaving it to be torn apart?
Close, but not entirely correct. You see, the other timeline is ought to have its own soul gem as well.
If that is the case, what happens to that one timeline?
The power balance will gradually tip toward the newly created branch, until this line ceases to exist.
But if our timeline is destroyed, what happens to all the cookies who live in this world?
They too, everything, will be gone. Once the destruction begins, there's no escaping or preventing it. When a timeline is destroyed, there are no ruins, no remains. It's as if it never existed in the first place.
So, this world, all cookies, all our friends, will disappear? We can't let that happen! What should we do? There's gotta be a way! Tell us!
There is a way, but you have to find it, all together. The TBD will try their best to solve this crisis, but this is a time manipulation of unseen scale. However, if this timeline is annihilated before our agents can do anything, well, even our best efforts won't be enough to revert it. Your main goal for now is to protect the Radiant Cookie. Then, you must find a way to bring back the lost soul gem. Well then, that's that. Time for me to skedaddle.
Wait! Thank you for your help. We'll do our best to protect our world. See you soon, Timekeeper Cookie.
Soon, huh?
I'm honestly hoping it's not soon because that's implying I'm gonna fail again. Because I gotta make a bad decision. What's something going on saying, tell us right now? Tell? What am I telling you? Or me, Timekeeper? This is a very good time to watch the TBD lore to get a hold of how the TBD works. If anyone's wondering, I already know how the TBD works, so if you're trying to say that to me, I already know it, you ain't gotta say anything, but if you mean to do that to Shatters, yeah, there's a lot of time-bound department lore. In OvenBreak, there's like 5 time-bound departments, like, updates, and that doesn't even include other mentions within other events and stories and whatnot. So there's a lot of time-bound department lore that you all need to, like, find out about and know. But, yeah. There's just a lot to, like, find out about. Her sprites looks like the one from OvenBreak. Well, I mean, to be fair, she only has, like, a few expressions, which always just look like she's just overly joyed about what's going on. So there's not really much that you can really go over, but... Anywho, let's just go towards Hope, which I'm pretty sure is referring to the vessel. And then after that, we can focus on the middle branch. Or the top branch, whatever you want to call it. Very curious. Very curious indeed.
Yeah, you'll help us if we get stuck, right?
You just had to prove her point, really?
Well, sorry, I can't.
You can't? Why?
My involvement will create too many unwanted variables. Each of these creates a new temporal branch, which means more pruning for us at the TBD to do. And those new branches each take their share of energy from this already weakened timeline, so...
I see.
Think of my intrusion here as a sign things are really, really bad. I had to let you know that your situation is pretty dire. After all, this timeline is your responsibility. Keep in mind that the time criminal out there is tremendously dangerous. We simply can't let him continue.
So, we won't meet again?
I said I can't help you. But who knows? Never say never. Perhaps we'll meet another time. Until then, good luck.
Poof! Gone just like that.
What a peculiar cookie.
Who knew Shadow Milk Cookie would do something that drastic? The situation is dire indeed.
Does this mean the crumbled beast cookies we saw back in Beast Yeast were an illusion crafted by Shadow Milk Cookie?
Truly, if you think of it, that must have been the moment.
What are you saying?
When the Radiant Cookie first appeared, we thought the lance she cast was aimed at the dimensional rift. But instead, I believe she aimed at Shadow Milk Cookie. To think he would go so far. I wonder what brought Shadow Milk Cookie to commit a deed so terrifying.
Oh, pure vanilla cookie. What's with the long face? There is still hope yet. Like Timekeeper Cookie said, we have work to do. So let's get to it, like we always have. Gingerbrave, remind me, what did the Radiant Cookie tell you? Perhaps her words will decide our next step.
Sure thing!
I shall send an envoy to Beast Yeast to find out what happened there.
Wizard Cookie, let us examine the Radiant Cookie once again.
Oh, good thinking. That sudden attack earlier must have stirred her.
Indeed. So many perils have threatened the cookie world over the years. Yet our bravery and willpower have always prevailed. And this Radiant Cookie, Earthbread's light of hope, protecting her is protecting our world. This is what you wanted us to do, right, White Lily Cookie?
So now the whole bottom part is completely done, which I guess is a good thing because that means we have the whole entire section of, you know, the story so far in the New World part now done. However, now we have to focus on the Dark and Dire part, which this should be all of Shadow Milk Cookie's involvement. So this is probably going to be like Shadow Milk setting up like, oh, I got to make the evil tree. So this leads into timeline disturbance, or turbulence, timeline inaccessible, a land of monsters, which, why is that locked? Wait, hold on. It's both playable, but like, why is each one... Oh, wait. It's because to continue on, I have to complete these other side levels to obtain these keys. And to get these keys, like I mentioned, you gotta complete the levels, and that's how to open up these locks. So I have to literally do the side missions so they're actually guaranteed. So I guess in a technicality, they are also part of the story. Just, you know, not what I expected. But they're basically mandatory, even though it looks like they're not. But enter Timekeeper Cookie. I'm pretty sure all this is basically just bases around like, oh, Shadow Milk is slowly but surely raising his whole entire empire, and then like the Time Balance Department is like, what's going on? And at the end, Timekeeper is like, you know what? I gotta stand up and do something for myself. Before I continue on with that, I just want to check if I got any sort of interesting stuff. Oh, I can get the daily... Oh, I got the skin palette. That's pretty cool, because it's past 11. More specifically, it's past 12. It's 12 o'clock for me, right at this very moment, which is surprising. We also have Adventures in the Timeline, which... Oh, okay. Shadow of the Sea... Oh, everything past that is, like, you know, for the next episode. Which, oh my gosh, there's so many. But I did get two. One which gives us... Man, you can get a lot of cogs for these. We got the Light of Hope, which also gives us some Rainbow Pearls. And also Check Towards Hope, which gives 100 of those. And some Swiftness Crystals. But there's also... I love how 2 of the rewards came from the bottom lane. The rest just come from the top. Why was just like... Let's make all the rewards just top reliable. Because why the pleb knots? Alright, sure, why not? Well, I mean, it does help me, like, pull for more times for Timekeeper Cookie, so I guess I can't really complain. I'm just saying, sheesh. My gosh. Before the update drop, I had a dream where Shadow Milk crashed out and said a slur. I guess half of it was true. I don't think they'd say a slur, but for all I know, it would probably match their character, their egotisticalistic character. Just not canon though, obviously. Don't want the actual rep for this game to get absolutely shattered and destroyed. I could see him just dropping something offensive. I don't know why, it's just so stupid. Oh, wait, okay, you know what? I never tried this. You know, I thought for a moment, but I'm gonna get literally dirt nothing out of this. Man, I suck at this game. Why can't when I pull in this gacha, it gives me something? Like, it gives me, like, more addition to this. Now that I think about it, I probably should have pulled in the other one, just so I could actually rate the boost by, like, just a little bitty bit. Didn't I get, like, I'm probably at, like, 40 for the costume. 40. I would have to do 2 more, which, am I willing to do it? Yeah, I'm willing to do 1 more. And I don't think this was it. It's not it. But that did raise the gacha up rates by, like, a lot.
I want to give a huge shout out to all of the plebs who are becoming members on the HyperHimes channel, being Casual Gaming, Luli Games, Jojo Sands, Eduardo Pimentel, Wavy Plays Games, Zagai Kotsu, Luca, Dings, Umi, Pibby IRL and Electronics, Chaos Jebel, Truth the CJ Official, Anti-Prank Official, Funcat, Pebbles, Sweet Ribbon VT, Dark Flare, and Mocha CRK. Genuinely, I can't thank you all enough for all the love and support, and let's keep on growing together.